Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Fendi Karlito bag charm. But before anything else, if you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. If these are the kinds of videos that you like watching, I would appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button down below. And if you want to connect with me on Instagram, it's at TrishDLF. So quick backstory before I show you guys the bag charm. I was perusing the pre-loved market when I ran into this bag charm. I found it at a really great price from a trusted Instagram reseller, and I knew how much the retail price of this was back when it first released in around 2014, I think. So when I saw it at a really great price, I was like, okay, I have to get this because this is definitely like a collector's item, and I do have two Fendi bags with me. So I thought that this was really such a collector's piece and collector's item that would really go well with my Fendi bags. So yeah, I'll just be showing you guys the item and I'll talk more about it later on. So when I got the bag charm, it just originally came with the Fendi dust bag. So this is the original Fendi dust bag, and that's about it. So when I got this bag charm, the seller just put the charm inside this like bubble wrap, so I just left it there anyway. So this is what it looks like. I just keep it as so, just so you know, because this like sensitive material. So I just store him in the bubble wrap as well, just so I take better care of it. So let me just fix his hair before I show you guys, because I haven't used him. Yeah, I actually just left him in storage ever since I got him, because yeah, I haven't been able to really like use him out yet. Okay, are you guys ready? So this is the Fendi Karlito bag charm. So isn't he freaking gorgeous? Guys, when I saw this in person, I was just like, wow. Like, I couldn't stop touching the fur, all the mink and everything, because it was just so soft, and I just loved like how beautifully this bag charm was made, and it's huge. I'll show you guys how it looks like when attached to my peekaboos later, and it's like a really big bag charm. Like, even if you put it over here, yeah, that's the comparison. But yeah, I'll show you guys more of like the sizing comparison later on. But this is basically the bag charm, and I want to talk about it first. I'll talk about the specs, like the materials used on this bag charm, the history, and some of the reasons why I decided to get it. So briefly, before I go into the history of this bag charm, I want to talk about the materials used. So this Karlito bag charm is very special because it was made with 3 different kinds of fur. This was launched along with the many monster bag charms that Fendi released back then. So this was part of one of their collections back when the monster bag charms were really in, like back in their heyday. So it's composed of 3 different kind of furs. So you have the sunglasses, which was made with mink fur. The body, as you can see over here, is made with silver fox fur. And then the hair is white hair, and I believe also the dyed hair at the back is from white goat. So that's basically the composition of this bag charm, and obviously like leather for the face and for the tie and tuxedo over there. So as I mentioned, I got this Karlito charm pre-loved at a really great price, and I knew that I had to get it because I still remember back when this Karlito launched in 2014. Back then, I wasn't even into Fendi yet, and I basically couldn't afford to buy a lot of bags yet. 2014, I only had like one bag, I think. Yeah, just the gifted designer bag. That's all I had back then. But I was always very into fashion, so a lot of like the fashion trends I'd always be updated. So I definitely remember when this Karlito bag charm was launched, and I remember it so clearly because everyone was talking about this bag charm, as in like, as I mentioned earlier, this was in the peak of the monster bag charms, those very expensive monster bag charms. And I remember that when this Karlito bag charm launched, like everyone was talking about it because number 1, the price, and number 2, because there was like a 600-person wait list waiting for this bag charm. Like, can you imagine? There's a 600-person wait list for this little thing. But yeah, apparently there was. It was sold out everywhere. But the price, guys, listen to the price first. So the Karlito launched in 2014, and can you guess how much it was retail price? This little bag charm of 3 different types of fur retailed brand new back in 2014 at $1,750 US. Like a bag charm for 1,750 US dollars. And it was sold out. There was a 600-person wait list. So at least 600 people wanted to spend 1,750 US dollars for this little keychain that they will just put on their bag as a display piece. So that's what made me really remember this Karlito. Because yeah, like there were so many overpriced monster charms, but they were ranging in like probably 600 to 1,000 US dollars. That was the price range of like most of the monster bag charms. But when this released, this was the most expensive bag charm that they ever released. That's why everyone was talking about it. That's why I really knew like, oh yeah, this was a very expensive bag charm back in the day. Converted in Philippine peso, that's like 87,500. Is it? Yeah, it's at 87,500 pesos for this bag charm. Back in 2014, mind you. Like even now, that amount of money is really big for a bag charm. But because I guess it's not so in anymore, I was able to get this at a really great price, pre-loved. So when I saw this, I was like, wow, I definitely need this because it's definitely a collector's item now, especially since Karl Lagerfeld has already passed away. So for the history of this bag charm, this Karlito was actually created by Silvia Venturini, the creative director of Fendi, for Karl Lagerfeld back in 2014. And Karl really liked it, so it was mass-produced for the market. And so this bag charm was also carried by Cara Delevingne. I'm pretty sure you guys know Cara Delevingne. She was like a top supermodel back then. I'm not sure if she still is now, but back then, like everyone knew her. So yeah, Cara Delevingne also carried this Fendi bag charm in one of the 2014 runways back then. That's why everyone was just really talking about it. I think those were the two main reasons why this sold so quickly and why it was commanding such a high price, both in retail and in the second-hand market back then. It's basically because it was the exact charm that was designed and gifted to Karl, and also because Cara carried it on the runway. I knew I had to get this piece because, especially after Karl's passing, I just knew that this is already a collector's item. I don't think people realize it yet how much of a collector's item this bag charm is. So people have actually been selling them a lot lower than retail, and I guess most people already consider this as something that's passé. But for me, when I saw this, I'm a huge fan of Karl because I love Chanel. So I just knew that this was something that I had to have as both a collector's piece and just something to really commemorate Karl with. I love Chanel as a brand, and Karl was basically the heart of Chanel for the longest time, which is why I really felt like I had to have this. Because yeah, it's a collector's piece. I guess eventually this would also go up in value because you can never turn back the time when Karl carried this exact bag charm, this exact design for a bag charm. Fendi released a bunch of other Karlito designs back then. Like they made mini versions of this, and they had like pouches, Karlito pouches, shirts and everything. But this was the only item that Karl was seen walking around with. So I'll just post pictures over here, or maybe you've already seen earlier if I've already shown his photos carrying this. But yeah, this is the only item from Fendi's collection that Karl was photographed with, and you can never turn back that time. So that's why I feel like this is really a collector's piece. It's basically an art piece already. And it's just something that you can just really look back on to commemorate Karl's life. So to me, this isn't only a bag charm. This isn't just for decoration purposes or accessorizing your bags. It's not just that. To me, it's definitely an art piece already. It's definitely a collector's item. Could be an investment piece, and just something to commemorate Karl's life. So now I want to show you guys how this little big bag charm looks on my Fendi bag. So let me just get my bags so I can show them to you guys. Okay, so I just brought out my bags over here, and first we'll try it with my royal blue PEEKABOO. It currently has the BTS tattoo charm on it. I think it's really cute that way. But over here, do you guys see the size comparison of this Karlito versus the bag charm? But this is basically what it looks like on the blue PEEKABOO. So this is the bag with both the Karlito and the tattoo charm, and look at it. Like, it's so big and long. That sounds wrong, but it's so big and lengthy that it actually surpasses the size of the PEEKABOO. You guys know my feelings toward this bag, how heavy it is, and adding a really big bag charm isn't really helping in that sense. But can you just imagine like how cute this would be going around? Like, don't you look so cool to have this super rare, hard to find, 600% weightless bag charm on it, like while walking around? Like, that just looks really, really cool, especially with this blue color. I think it really looks good with this blue color. But let me remove it and I'll show you guys what it looks like on my Dove Gray one. So this one is the Dove Gray. So this one's a bit different because the hardware of this is silver and the hardware of this is gold. Whereas the other one, it had like black and gold, so it was okay. But this is what it looks like. Ta-da! So I guess like this one matches less than the blue one. The Karlito definitely looks better with the blue because of the contrast, but if you want to wear it on your more neutral toned bags, you can do it as well. And that's how it looks like. But guys, can you see how big this is? That's how big this charm is. Even look at the head. The size of the head versus the bag. It's almost the same in like diameter, the thickness of the head. It's almost the same as the bag. So you can see it. So it's a really, really big charm. And it's just not as fluffy as the ones that I probably showed in the photos, because you actually have to like brush this out, like tease it, to make it like, to get that like poofy feel. But yeah, basically looks like that. I don't want to ruin it anymore. I don't want to make it big. I feel like it's really nice, like flat and straight like that. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. But very, very cute. I think it looks really great. Just heavy. This PEEKABOO is really heavy. I hate carrying this bag. Oh my gosh. And I'm gonna add a really huge key charm. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I think it looks really great. So that was my quick review of the Fendi Karlito charm. I'm so glad that I was able to add him in my little collection, and it's definitely a keeper. This is something that will stay in my collection forever, probably, because of how rare it is. Again, even just as a display piece, I'm going to keep this because it's just really, really so beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would appreciate it if you could hit that like button down below to help the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to connect with me on Instagram, it's at TrishDLF. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you could, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!